Just how much power will my coax cable handle? Well, there's a way to find out. Stick around and I'll show you an easy resource for this information. It's important to know what kind of wattage your antenna will handle. For instance, you don't want to get an antenna that's going to only handle 200 watts of power and you try to pump 1,000 watts into it. You'll destroy your antenna. It's also equally important to know how much power your coax cable can handle. And there's a website that I have located that gives you some pretty accurate information on this. The website I'm referring to is the Times Microwave System site. On that site they have a calculator page in which you can go ahead and enter whatever type of coax you want to use, your desired frequency that you're probably going to be using with this coax, as well as the cable length itself. With this information, the Times Microwave Calculation site will give you a slew of information regarding your attenuation, how much wattage your cable will handle, and much, much more. Well, let's go take a look at the site and I'll demonstrate how to use it. Okay, we're on the Times Microwave site, the calculation site. Here you can enter your coax cable desired, your frequency, and your cable run, and it will give you a lot of information. It'll give you your attenuation, your average power in kilowatts, which you can convert to wattage, your cable velocity factor, the time delay, the capacitance, the typical cable loss, your cable assembly assertion loss, cable run efficiency, and your cable run time and delay. Now before you do all this, you should read these 3 paragraphs right here. It's important information on how they come up with these calculations, and it basically, if you're looking for how much wattage your cable is going to be able to handle, you should read this last paragraph about the power handling capabilities of each cable. Now these are done under test circumstances. There are a lot of outside factors that will vary the results. So these are, like I said, these are approximations and should not be considered as cold hard fact. Also note that Times Microwave is testing their own cables. Other manufacturers will have different specification levels, different variances, so I highly recommend, as I said before, you should check with the manufacturer of the cable you're going to purchase to check out their specifications for that particular type of cable. Now let's go ahead and do a couple of calculations here. Let's say you want to do, let's say my recommendation for HF is RG213. So you just click this box here and you're presented with all these different cables down here. And you can see there's quite a few, and you may not want to go ahead and search through each one looking for what you want to find. So what you can do on the top of this drop down menu is click search here, and like I said, I'm going to do RG213. So if you notice that they do have the hyphen in between each one, let's go ahead and put in RG-213, and there it is right here, RG213. Just click that, enter the frequency. Okay, I'm just going to go with a 40 meter frequency, 7.50, and let's say my cable length is, we'll use a standard of 100 feet. You can do it, it'll change for whatever footage you put in there. I'm just going to go with 100 foot. Click OK, and here RG213 Times Microwave cable at 7.50, 40 meter, 100 foot. Attenuation is 0.5 decibels for 100 feet. Average power is 3.9 kilowatts. Now, if you want to change 3.9 kilowatts or whatever kilowatt voltage reference you come up with to wattage, all you have to do is move the decimal 2 places to the right. And if you're not comfortable doing math like that in your head, you can always Google kW to watts. If you go to kW to watts in Google, and it'll come up with this calculator. In this case, it was 3.9 kilowatts. here, just type in 3.9 kilowatts. And this particular cable at 100 feet will handle 3,900 watts of power. That's a lot of wattage. That's well above the 1,500 legal limit wattage here. So we know the cable is quite capable of handling that. Your velocity factor is 66. Your time delay is roughly 1.5 nanoseconds per foot, with a total of 5.1 nanoseconds per meter. That is, I'm sorry, my bad. Your capacitance, it shows your capacitance in picofarads. Your typical connection loss, which is with a properly coupled connector, you shouldn't have any decibel loss at all. Your maximum cable assembly insertion loss is 0.6 decibels. The cable run efficiency is about 89%, 88.9, and your cable run delay is roughly 153.9 nanoseconds. Now that's for this particular cable. As I said, these are all approximations. They're pretty good and pretty darn close, but still in all they're approximations. You have other factors such as weather factors, heat factors, stuff like that outside. So let's go ahead and just change this RG213. Let's change this to 75 feet. 75 feet. And we'll go ahead and click our calculate button again. Okay, basically some things have changed, not too much. Your average power is still 39. Your cable velocity, all these pretty much stay the same. So let's say we're going to do another cable. Let's go ahead with LMR 400. So let's go ahead and click the reset button. Go here, and in search, just type in LMR-400. Let's say frequency range. I'm going to use a VHF frequency 146.76. That's one of our local repeater frequencies here. Cable run, this one I know is 75 feet. And you could hit enter or just calculate. Alright, LMR 400, frequency 146.76, cable length is 75 feet. We have our attenuation showing again. This one, it will handle 1,500 watts, 1.5 kilowatts, but 1,500 watts for the cable itself. Velocity factor is 85%, which is pretty darn good. Nominal time delay is good. Capacitance is great. Same with the typical connector loss is 0. And insertion loss 1.3 decibels. Cable run efficiency is 77% roughly. Cable time delay is 89.6 nanoseconds. So again, pretty good. Well, let's do one more. Let's just go ahead. Another common coax cable used is the RG8X, or RG8U that is. Let's go ahead with RG8. Click reset. Let's say RG8, well, let's say R8X, okay, RG8X. Excuse me. RG8X, let's go ahead, we'll use 146 again, 146.76. And this time let's make this 100 foot. Calculate. And attenuation. Now this all I hold, as you can see, the RG8X is not as strong a cable as far as wattage goes. This will only handle 200 or 0.2 kilowatts or 200 watts. So if you're trying to run 500 watts through this, you're going to damage the cable. Or if you're trying to run the legal limit of 1,500 watts, you're going to just melt the cable. So it's only rated for 200 watts. And so you can. I'm not going to go through all these different results again. You can go ahead and go to the site and play with different cable types if you'd like. But I have found that the Times Microwave site, the calculation site, has been very helpful in trying to determine and figure what kind of wattage this cable will hold, and all sorts of information that's relative to your wattage and your cable quality. So again, I would strongly suggest visiting the site, playing around, and doing your own research. I do feel that the Times Microwave Calculator website is a very useful tool to help you determine just how much power your coax cable will handle. After all, you don't want to get an antenna that will handle the amount of wattage you want to put into it, only to find out that the cable you've attached is going to melt under the same conditions. So give that site a try, and like I said before, these calculations are only great estimates. I mean, they're fantastic estimates. They're pretty accurate, but there's also factors to take into consideration, such as weather and outdoor conditions. Another factor I do want to put in here is the fact that these are based on time microwaves testing and made different with different manufactured cables. So though those cables are equally as good probably, you may want to go ahead and check their websites to get their specifications and for that particular cable that you will be purchasing from them. Well, I hope the information I've provided you will help you determine just how much wattage that your cable is going to be able to handle. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up, and hopefully we'll see you again next time on the air. Till then, 73.